Hi friend. You know, when I first got into pedal building, I just wanted a Klon. And they were so expensive. I think they were around $2,000 on the used market. And a lot of the clones were pretty expensive as well. So for around 30 bucks, I built one myself. But building copies wasn't why I stayed in pedal building. I really like the modifications that you can make. So today, we're going to take that rat schematic that we put together last time, and we're going to apply some modifications. If that sounds good to you, join me. All right, let's get started. Let's open up Eagle and we will open up our rat schematic. The first thing we're going to do is to concentrate on these clipping diodes. You could change the sound a lot doing this. What we're going to do first is cut this part out of the circuit. We'll just move it down so we could have some options. I'm going to fast forward this and show you what I mean. What you'll see here is that I just moved this part out of the way. We will reconnect it, but we're going to reconnect it through a switch, because what we're going to do is basically take the same idea, except we're going to use LEDs this time. And what we'll do is we'll connect them in just the same way. All we're going to do is connect this side to ground, just like this one is. All right. Now we're going to take a switch . We want a single pole, double throw actually, right here. We want the ones with the lugs. And we're going to put this right here. Basically what we're doing is choosing which diodes cause the clipping. And as a bonus, if we get a on, off, on switch where the middle position is off for both of them, we could take the diodes out of the circuit altogether. You'll notice there's a boost more than clipping in that case. Another thing I like to do is take this 560 ohm resistor out of the circuit. So what we're going to do is get another switch. Same thing. Let's move this out of the way first. All right, what we're going to do is put that switch back in right here. Basically what we're doing is we're just jumpering over it. It'll boost the highs a little. If the pedal gets muddy, you can flick that switch and it'll clean it up a bit. I think that's what we're going to do for now. Something that a lot of people like to try is to, instead of soldering this integrated circuit, the LM308, into the board, we're going to put a socket in there so that you could swap out different chips. I like the LM302s in there. It's a less gritty sound. But when we put the socket in, you could just try different single operational amplifiers in there. There are a few other things I'd like to try. I don't know if there's going to be room on the enclosure for more switches. We could try it. We can make them internal switches, but I really don't like when pedals put things that you actually use on the inside that you have to unscrew the case, fiddle with it, and then put it back together to use it. So let's put it on the schematic and we'll decide later if it's going to fit or not. This compensating capacitor here, we could change the slew rate and the bandwidth of the LM308 by changing this. I've actually not tried this before, but we're going to have to move some stuff out of the way to make room. So let's give it a try. We're going to try that, just an experiment. There's one more mod I'm considering putting in. Let's do it. It's an asymmetrical clipping mod. Basically, we're going to add an extra diode on one side of both of these networks here. So give me a moment here, and I'm going to add that in, and I'll be right back. This one's going to use a double pole, double throw. Okay, now we're just going to run an extra diode on one side on both of those networks that we're going to switch between. When you switch this one, you'll either have this network or none. When this is in the none position, this switch will not operate. But let's get this done. All right, if you're okay with having a switch that, depending on another switch, will not work, then that's actually a good mod. You could, that's one that you may want to put on the inside because you'll either like it or you won't. Basically what we're doing is, when this is on this side, we're going through here. Half it's going this way, half it's going this way. And depending on this switch, it'll either just go right to ground or through another diode and then to ground. Same thing on this side. Make sure you get the extra diode on the same switch. See, I have it on A1 here and B1 here. That way, it'll be asymmetrical for both networks on the same side of the switch. All right. I was considering adding an entire other socket that will be connected for another chip. It seems like a lot of work when we could just pop a chip out and keep the one that we like. You're never going to go and say, well, I like this one that does this much difference better than this one. So I'm going to leave that one out. I think that's all the mods that I'd like to do to this one. There's another mod where you cut this trace right here, or you remove this resistor. It lowers the gain, cleans it up a bit, I do believe. Let's do it. We'll throw it in there. It's just a switch, easy. Our pedal's going to end up looking like a BC Rich guitar. All right, let's do this. I'm just going to pop this trace out. We're going to get a single pole, single throw. Where are we at? There you go. Okay. And there you go. Let's see how many switches we have on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I missing one? We're going to have 5 extra switches on this pedal. Might as well, right? I'm really looking forward to building this one. Next time we'll do the PCB and we'll submit it for manufacture. And we'll do a quick shopping list. And we'll put this thing together. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Wait. I'm back. I decided to take this generic integrated circuit symbol and change it to an op amp, since we are dealing with an op amp in this case. Let's do it. I'm just going to take a moment and swap the part over. We're going to use this single dip 8. All right, I'll be right back. Ultimately, I don't like to cross these like this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to name this net. Let's do info on this net. And we're going to name it op amp pin 1. And we're going to make another one like this. And we're going to name it the same thing. Absolutely. See, now they're connected. Now when we go to the board, we'll see that once we name those items the same thing, that they are connected once we make the board. We're not doing this for real yet, but you'll see that this pin 1 is connected to C14 and C5. See that? And we'll put a label on it just so we know where it's going to. See? There. That's all I wanted to change on this schematic. I'm going to tidy it up a little bit. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it.